Inside Wisconsin is brought to you by Bay Care Clinic, Cobblestone Creek, the University of Wisconsin-Platteville, Mill Home Supper Club, Festival Foods, Capital Credit Union, North Star Mohican Casino Resort, American Family Insurance, and Roll Tech.
We're back inside Wisconsin with Stormin Gorman Thomas. All right, Gorman, I know that you played with Hank Aaron for his last 2 seasons. Give us one great Hank Aaron story.
I'll do one real quick. We were playing golf one day, and he showed up late. He's always late, always late, always late. But when you see him, you see Euchre. They were just inseparable. So he was late getting to the golf course. We were already teed off on the third hole, and it was a dog leg right around this lake. So here comes the hammer, pulled up in a golf cart by himself. He jumps up, he stretches up a little bit, and he pegs one up. Water, water, water. He walks back because he was asking the guy to throw him a ball. Well, after that, he goes over and gets a ball, and I'm waiting for him to come back. Next thing I know, I hear the cart leaving. He's waving, "Bye, boys. I'm not playing today." So for God's sakes, he also had a thing where he and Bob Euchre, who is a wonderful man, they were inseparable. After the games, they would go into the lounge in the hotels because he couldn't go out on the street. So it got to the point where I kind of snuck in, and I was invited to sit. I didn't really say much at all, if you can imagine that. But with Hank and with Euchre, stories after. So after the end of the night, Hank would say, "Would you mind going over and sign my tab and make sure you leave a nice tip." So the last time I did that, I did it many times. So the one night in Kansas City, and he says, "I'm ready." I said, I'll get it. So I go over there and I sign his name, and I get the receipt and everything, and I give him to him. "Thank you very much." I go back and I said, "Hank, here's your receipt." He said, "No, you've always been good." I said, "Well, this was an exception." He said, "What do you mean?" I said, I always leave a nice tip, but, the waitress was very nice to you and to Bob and to myself, I guess. And I left a nice tip. He said, now you got me worried now. What kind of tip?" I said, "I left a $200 tip." He almost went berserk. So then he opens up, there it is, and it wasn't anywhere near that, maybe $20. He was cheap. So anyway, but he and Bob Euchre, I'm telling you right now, were two of the most finest individuals I've ever met in my life.
Yeah, what a gift. What a gift to have both of those in Milwaukee at the same time. All right, here's my last one. Give me the best story from Stormin and Vuk's bar.
Oh, God. I'll tell you how it all came about. I was with Cleveland, and I was in Texas. And Vuk, back then there was no, cell phones or anything like that. So he called me up. He says, "Look, I need $1,000." I said, "What? You want $1,000?" We weren't making kind of money. So I said, "Okay, I'll take care of it." I wrote a check, went downstairs, and sent it to Vuk. 2 weeks later, he calls me back. "I need 2 more." I said, "No. What's the problem?" He said, "I can't tell you." I said, "Yeah, you can if you want $2,000. He says, "Okay, I'll tell you tomorrow." All right. So I go down there. The concierge is waiting for me because I told him I was coming, and I put the $2,000 check in. So wait. Never heard another word. Then about 3 weeks later, I get it. Spike. I need another 2. I'm not giving you jack. I'm not giving you a penny. I knew you were born. You were cheap, and you were different. What is it? He says, "I didn't tell you." I said, "No, you did not." He said, "Well, okay, here it is. We got a bar." "We got a what?" "And what's the name of this fictitious bar?" He says, "It's going to be Stormin and Vuk's." I said, "You know what? I know you're the meanest man I've ever met in my life, and I would never want to have to try to even fight with you. You kick my ass and everything. Of course, I'd get up and I'd have to shoot you. But anyway, when are you going to show me this thing?" And he says, "Well, when you come back, when the season's over." Sure and shit. Oops, sure and hell.
We're fine. It's cable.
I met him at a place. And there it is. Holy cow. Walked inside, beautiful place. It used to be a Serbian meat market. All the local Serbians down there cleaned it all up. It was massively a success. You have the occupancy. You're only allowed to have it in. Well, ours was like 95 to 100, but we were like maybe 150 inside. And then one block and then another block in another direction every night. And we had basically half of them were police and the other half were firemen. And, sometimes they don't get along, but they were welcome in there because I walked up that night and I walked up to our bartender. I'm not a bartender, but our bouncer, if you will. And hi, I'm Gorman. I'm one of the owners. And your name is? He says, I'm Rick. I said, hi, Rick. How you doing? Nice to meet you. A couple years later, that young man is the world's championship martial arts. I'm going to take you out tonight. Rick Rufus. Oh my goodness. Oh my Lord. But that was just one of them right there. And then we did have the what was the baseball game where Euchre was in the press box. I can't think of about it.
Major League?
Yeah. So they had two of them, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I was supposed to go. I passed on it and everything else. But they did have their post-rap movie, and they did it at our bar. And there was another bar inside the bar that nobody really knew about it, and it was just beautifully full of antique souvenirs, memorabilia, things like that. So they were all in there, and I met to meet Tom Berenger. It was a pleasure doing some things with him that night. I'll tell you that. But it was great. It was great. So we go on.
Oh.
All right, J.A.
So I'll start with this one. First off, Coop singles, the go-ahead runs in Game 5. Have you ever been any place louder in your life than County Stadium at that moment?
It was awesome. I'd already been pulled because of my knee. So I was in the clubhouse. Mm-hmm. And it went crazy. It went crazy. Cecil, he had that crouch, semi-rod Carew type thing and everything else. And by the way, just in case, his nickname was Monsignor No Fro. Monsignor No Fro. Yeah. He had. Next time I see him, he goes, "What'd you do that for?" But anyway, he was fabulous. After Highball hitting 360 something and doesn't even come close to George Brett that year when he had 390. How about that?
Yeah. But yeah, he did. You're right. He had early on little male pattern baldness. That was there for sure.
Just a little bit.
Give me the longest minor league bus ride you ever had to take.
Woo. That would be. We were playing a doubleheader. No, we played a game in the Pioneer League when I just got out of high school in '69. We were in Great Falls playing against the Giants team. So we played, and after then, you run over to the concession. They'd leave it open for us. We'd grab a couple of beers, couple of Cokes, as many hot dogs as you could get on the bus. And we drove down to Ogden, Utah. And we were going to play against the Dodgers that afternoon. But it was probably, 22, 23-hour ride. And we got our butt kicked in the first, and we came back and, we got even with them on the second. But that was probably the longest one right there.
I think, didn't Tommy Lasorda, at one time manage that team back in the day?
I'm not a big Tommy Lasorda fan because I'm going to tell you why. My daddy was playing amateur ball, all right? Lasorda was at Fort Jackson. He pitching for the Army. All right, this is in the 40s before, I don't even remember the year. So anyway, my daddy was pitching against him. They used to call him Gorman No-Hit Thomas. He would throw a double and no hitters. He signed a contract with the Yankee organization before World War II. And then when World War II came, obviously he went over to Europe. But anyway, he was pitching against Lasorda. And Lasorda, I think he maybe punched out 10, I think it was. My daddy punched out 13. So I told Tommy that when he was here in town one day for a dinner, and he said something disparaging about my daddy. And
Oh, no.
I went after him. And I went after him. And they grabbed me and kept me away. But that's, no, that did not go well with me.
All right. Then the last one here in Wisconsin, when we were a kid, we had field trips. They'd always take us to a dairy farm. When you're in Charleston and in South Carolina, do you take field trips to Fort Sumter as a youngster?
Well, actually, yes. And actually, you could walk at low tide. You could walk from James Island straight on out there. And there was another fort right there for Fort Wagner, Fort Sumter.
Yeah.
I mean,
Moultrie.
and
the last one is for Trevor.
Go to Charleston.
Pardon me?
I said, I'm proud of you that you like Charleston.
I do. So the last one here then is for Trevor.
All
Trevor,
right.
who fired the first shot in defense of Fort Sumter?
Who fired the first shot in defense of Fort Sumter?
Yep. So the Civil War, Fort Sumter starts there. Who fired the first shot in defense of Fort Sumter?
The South.
No, the South made the shot. Who fired it in defense?
The North.
Correct.
If he
You
had
wanna
said
go-
west or east, I don't know what I would
I'm
say.
That'd be good. It's a baseball question. You want to know?
Yeah, tell me.
Do you know Gorman?
I do, but I have forgotten now because you've
It's-
got me.
Abner Doubleday.
No, I didn't know that. I really did not.
There you go. The first,
Holy cow.
we're just bringing it all together.
There
Charleston,
it is.
baseball, Abner Doubleday. That's why I'm here.
Trevor, I'm telling you right now, I did not know that. I was born there. So
Good. I feel better.
you get that bit, you got to get that brim. You got to get
Yeah,
that.
right now
it.
you,
Just,
I'll work on
Yeah.
it.
yeah, you
Next
don't,
time.
straight
That's it,
brim, I
that's
can't
it,
get used to
that's
that. Everybody looks like a railroad conductor to me. I don't like it. I need a good brim. I want it bent. I want it. The best way to do
We got
that,
it.
take a baseball, put it in the brim, put it around there, rubber bands, leave it for about
Yeah.
6 days. You're ready to go.
he's
Nice
been in
tight.
the sun too long down there, and it just kind of.
Yeah.
What it is. Gorman Thomas, thanks so much. We're gonna have we were gonna have certainly a second sitting if you're gonna be kind enough, because I got to know about some of these guys behind the scenes.
Thanks, guys.
Gorman,
Enjoyed it. That was
you're a gift.
fabulous.
Gorman, you're a
gift.
gift,
Thank
man.
you.
Happy to have you here.
Yep.
God
Bye
bless
now.
you.
Cheers, brother.
Shut up and sit down.